The story begins with shocking news spreading across the globe. A giant meteor is speeding straight toward Earth. It could hit at any moment and destroy everything. People everywhere are scared and worried. Scientists are working day and night, trying to find a way to stop the meteor, but time is running out very quickly. While the world is in panic, we see Maddie and Zhao, who both have jobs in a big company. Their company has arranged a special trip for all the employees. Because of this, Maddie and Zhao are on a sea voyage. Maddie has always lived a simple and quiet life, but today he feels very excited. After many years, he finally decided to buy a lottery ticket. Deep inside, he feels certain that he is going to win this time. As the ship moves through the water, all the employees gather together in a large hall. There, the president of the company stands up to share some good news. He announces that the company's shares have risen very high. Because of this success, everyone's salary will increase by 10%. The employees cheer and clap, feeling very happy to hear this news. But Maddie's happiness is even greater than everyone else's. He has a secret that no one knows. He has just learned that he has actually won the lottery. His ticket is worth 60 million yuan. He feels like he is dreaming and can hardly believe his luck. Unable to hold back his joy, Maddie suddenly starts dancing. The other employees see him and smile, thinking he is simply overjoyed about the pay raise. But in reality, Maddie is celebrating something much bigger. He is no longer just an ordinary worker. He has become a millionaire. And for now, he chooses to keep this wonderful secret to himself. Suddenly, a terrible storm hits the sea. A huge wave rushes toward their boat, carrying a cargo ship along with it. Everyone is terrified as they watch this happen. The wave pulls their boat underwater, and there they see a giant whale swimming close by. Their hearts pound with fear at this dangerous sight. The waves push them far away in an unknown direction. When they finally open their eyes, they find themselves lying on a rocky shore. Their boat is completely wrecked and can no longer be used. Maddie quickly checks his most precious thing, his lottery ticket, and feels relieved that it is still safe. But now they face a much bigger problem: how to survive on this deserted place and how to get back home. Everyone feels sick and weak after reaching the rocks. Some people are vomiting, and everyone is hungry and thirsty. Just then, Maddie hears someone calling for help. He recognizes the voice. It is Sheena. Without thinking twice, Maddie runs into the jungle to find her. He sees Sheena lying on the ground with her leg trapped under a big stone. Maddie manages to move the stone and helps Sheena get free. While this is happening, Professor Bill, who is also with them on the trip, tells everyone he heard on the news that a giant meteor is coming toward Earth. He warns that it may have already caused a lot of destruction, but no one really believes him. Still excited about winning the lottery, Maddie says he does not want to die yet because he hasn't even enjoyed being rich. He insists they must find a way to send an emergency signal so someone can rescue them. But before they can do anything, dark clouds fill the sky and heavy rain begins to pour down on them. To escape the rain, everyone hides under a large rock nearby. The next morning, Rick, who seems to be the bravest and most experienced among them, steps forward to help. He leads everyone to a bus that had been washed up near the jungle. In the jungle, they see a tall tree with fruits hanging from the branches, but nobody knows how to climb up to get them. Rick shows his strength and courage by climbing the tree himself and picking the fruits. Eating them helps everyone feel a little better and gives them some energy. After this, they use their life jackets to lay out a big SOS sign on the beach, hoping that a passing ship will see it and come to rescue them. Meanwhile, some people try to build a radio using parts they found inside the bus so they can contact someone for help. But this is very difficult because none of them are real engineers. At the same time, one man tries to repair the bus as the president asked, but he fails. Instead, the bus catches fire and is ruined. The president gets angry and shouts that he has enough money to buy a new ship, but everyone knows that money is useless on this empty island. Rick then guides the group to a large cave nearby and starts preparing it as a place to live for now. He lights a fire to make the cave warm and safe. He tells everyone they will stay there until someone comes to help them. Seeing how Rick takes charge, everyone agrees to accept him as their leader. They trust him because of his courage and experience. Rick quickly takes control of everything and gives everyone different tasks. He splits the group into 3 teams. One team must cook food, the second will fetch water, and the third will look for more food in the forest. At first, this plan seems fair to everyone, but slowly, Rick starts to misuse his power. He becomes strict and begins to threaten harsh punishments for anyone who disobeys his orders or makes mistakes. Maddie, who doesn't want to follow Rick's strict rules, decides to ignore his orders. He goes alone into the forest. When Rick sees this, he becomes very angry and wants to teach Maddie a lesson. He catches Maddie, ties him up, and hangs him upside down from a tree in front of everyone. Rick warns the group that anyone who breaks his rules will get the same punishment. Zhao, Maddie's brother, feels terrible seeing Maddie suffer like this. At night, he quietly sneaks over and helps Maddie down from the tree. The two brothers are tired of Rick's harsh rule. They decide that they can't stay any longer and must escape the jungle. They have already built a small raft and plan to leave early the next morning. At dawn, Maddie asks Sheena to come with them, but Sheena says no. She tries to explain that crossing the sea on such a tiny raft is too dangerous. Maddie can't hide his feelings any longer. He tells Sheena he bought the lottery ticket only for her, so they could have a good life together. But Sheena gently rejects his feelings. Maddie's heart breaks, and feeling crushed, he leaves with his brother. As they drift out into the sea, Maddie tells Jiao about his difficult childhood. He shares that he has seen poverty and struggle, and that he dreams of living in comfort and luxury. While rowing, they come across the body of a dead polar bear floating in the water. The sight frightens them, and they wonder if parts of the earth have already been flooded or burned by the meteor. Still, they use the polar bear's meat for food. After some time, they return to the cave with the meat. The other people are happy to have something to eat, but Rick is furious that the brothers went off without permission. As punishment, he forces Maddie and Jiao to stay awake all night doing hard work. He again warns everyone that breaking his rules will bring strict punishment. Slowly, the group starts to feel angry and trapped under Rick's control. They see that he is using his power in the wrong way. President Jung, who feels hopeless in this situation, looks at a picture of his daughter and remembers better times. Feeling that money has no value anymore, he throws all his cash into the sea. An unexpected friendship begins to grow between Jung and Maddie. Jung tells Maddie that they must find a way to escape this island. They go back to the cave and share their thoughts with everyone. Jung says he believes the earth may already be destroyed and that they could be the last people alive. Rick becomes furious when he hears this. He says that anyone who believes Jung can leave the cave right away. This causes the group to split into two. Some people choose to stay with Jung and Maddie, while the others remain with Rick, Sheena, and Professor Bill. Jung's group leaves and, while exploring, they discover a broken ship on the shore. Inside the ship, they find many useful things: petrol, fishing nets, boats, and other supplies. Jung tells everyone that they should make this ship their new home. He also comes up with a plan for sharing resources. From now on, people must trade using a new kind of currency, playing cards. Jung's group agrees to this idea, but Rick and his followers don't trust it. Angry to see Jung gaining power, Rick decides to leave the ship with his group. Maddie, who is still hoping to go home, reminds Jung that their real goal should be to escape, not to settle here. But this time, Jung reveals his true feelings. He calmly says he has no plans to leave the island and wants to use the ship as their permanent shelter. Hearing this, Maddie feels disappointed and worried. He and Jiao quietly walk away and head to the water's edge. After searching around, they find a crashed helicopter nearby. They decide to make it their new hiding place. But the days are hard for Maddie. He keeps thinking about the lottery ticket. He only has 27 days left to claim the money. Every day feels longer and heavier as he grows more desperate and afraid he will lose his chance to start a better life. Jiao tries to comfort him, but Maddie's mind is filled with worry and sadness, and he cannot find any peace. 60 days go by, and Maddie and Jiao's situation has become much worse. They are tired, hungry, and losing hope. When they return to the ship, they are shocked to see that everything has changed. Jung has taken full control, and everyone now accepts him as their leader. Inside the ship, people are using playing cards as money to buy whatever they need. Even Rick's group has joined Jung, and Sheena is there too. Maddie tries to ask Jung for a fishing net as a loan, but Jung refuses. Instead, he pushes Maddie out of the ship, leaving him humiliated and angry. Then one day, something strange happens. Hundreds of fish suddenly start falling from the sky into the sea. Maddie and Jiao cannot believe their eyes. Overjoyed, they rush to collect the fish and store as many as they can. Maddie quickly comes up with a plan. He decides they can sell the fish to both groups and earn lots of playing cards. Jiao agrees this is a good idea, so the brothers go to Rick's people and Jung's people and start selling the fish. Soon there is competition between the two groups to buy the fish. This business makes Maddie and Jiao stronger day by day. They earn more cards and respect, and people begin to look up to them as leaders. Their popularity keeps growing, and Maddie feels hopeful again. He suggests to everyone that they should now search for a new island where other humans might be alive who could help them. But Jung quickly refuses. He insists that this place might be the last piece of land left on Earth, and leaving it would be too dangerous. During this time, Maddie and Jiao come up with an idea to fix their old bus and attach bright lights to it. They use petrol, batteries, and other supplies they have collected. When they finally turn on the lights, everyone on the ship notices. The bright glow lifts people's spirits, and more of them start to see Maddie as a true leader. One night, while they are resting, Maddie and Jiao hear the distant sound of a ship moving through the sea. Rick is overjoyed when he spots it and wants to tell everyone so they can try to signal for help. But Maddie and Jiao stop him. They believe that if the group gets rescued, they will all return to their old life of struggle and poverty. To keep this from happening, the brothers begin to spread rumors among the people. They tell everyone that Rick has lost his mind. Soon, people stop trusting Rick and even start treating him badly. This cruelty becomes too much for Rick, and he slowly loses his mental balance. Meanwhile, Zhao secretly threatens President Young. He forces Young to give up all his property by saying he will erase the only video of Young's daughter. Helpless, Young agrees and signs everything over. After this, Zhao tells Maddie that it is time to remove the ship's fuel pipes and engine so no one can use it and they can leave alone. But Maddie feels upset when he hears this plan. He tells Zhao that this is nothing but selfishness and that taking away the ship's engine could put everyone else's life in danger. But Zhao doesn't care. He is only thinking about saving himself. One day, Sheena and a few others catch Maddie and bring him back to the ship. In front of everyone, Sheena surprises Maddie by proposing marriage to him. But instead of saying yes, Maddie suddenly lets out all the anger he has been holding inside. He tells everyone the truth at last. Maddie admits that he lied about Rick being crazy. He says Rick was actually telling the truth about the ship they saw, but now no one believes him anymore. Sheena, who once cared for Maddie, feels ashamed and hurt. She realizes Maddie had only used her trust. Zhao tells Maddie they have all of Young's property now and should just leave. But Rick is listening nearby and hears everything. Maddie decides to include Rick in their plan. That night, they give everyone alcohol to make them sleepy. While the others are unconscious, Rick opens the ship's fuel pipes and takes control of the deck. Maddie hands a torch to Sheena and asks her to burn the ship to destroy everything and end this struggle. Sheena does as he says. As flames rise, all the property papers that Zhao forced Young to sign burn up in the fire. Zhao sees this and goes into a rage. When the ship is completely burned, the rest of the people wake up and turn against Maddie. They start chasing him through the dark. While running, Maddie trips and falls off a mountain cliff. He barely avoids falling into the sea, but hits the ground hard and loses consciousness. In the morning, Maddie slowly wakes up on the shore. He is surprised to find Sheena sitting beside him. She gently tells him that everyone else has left the ship and gone away. She says she will not leave him alone, and that when another ship passes by, they will both leave this place together. Hearing this, Maddie starts laughing with relief, and Sheena smiles too. After all the fights, lies, and losses, they finally understand that the most important things in life are relationships and staying united. The story ends with this hopeful and touching moment as Sheena and Maddie walk toward their new life together. So friends, how did you like this story? Please tell us in the comments. And if you enjoy such movie explanations, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.